Hi, I'm Tony DeLuz. I'm one of the artists here at Blue Rain Gallery in Santa Fe. I have a show that starts tonight called Hit the Road. The show runs until February 11th. We have an opening tonight from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I hope you are able to stop by if you're in the area and come see some of the lovely artwork we have. I've long painted the road. The road has been a very favorite subject of mine for quite some time. I grew up in Boston. I grew up in the ghetto in the inner city, and I didn't really travel a lot. When I was 18, I went away to school in New Mexico, Eastern New Mexico University. And while I was there, I took lots of road trips, and I really just got to see parts of the country that just were completely alien to anything I'd seen before. So the old signage, the old motels, the old beat-up cars, that stuff really kind of caught my fancy. And it's very interesting about the road. One little known fact about me is that I didn't learn to drive until I was 37. So for me, getting out there and driving is a lot of fun. I have no problem taking a road trip anywhere, especially if I can get references for my paintings out of it. Here's a piece that I did based on near Durango, Colorado, the first trip that I've ever taken out there, so I got to see some snow. It's called Durango Switchback, and because it's got a switchback going through it. And I just really have come to enjoy painting landscapes, which was never a thing I did. I'm a city kid from Boston, so my favorite things to print were the old signs and cars, which you'll see a lot of in my show as well, at least the old signs. Let's see what else this Tony DeLuz guy brought with him. One of my favorite subjects to paint is Route 66, road culture. Everyone would call it Route 66, and as it turns out, I've actually painted a lot of items from Route 66, such as this painting, The Torches. This is a motel that's located in Barstow, California. The style of architecture and signage is called Googie, G-O-O-G-I-E, which is a very space-age looking, retro, fun style that came about during the 50s and early 60s. You think the Jetsons. And this one here is another Route 66 piece. This one is a scene from Williams, Arizona, a beautiful little town near Flagstaff. And this one is called Cruisers on 66, obviously. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got a lot of great stuff here. These two are both from the Abiquiu area, Rio Chama, the river that flows right through it. And what I found to be so beautiful about the area, well, besides look at it, is these are really some of the first landscapes that I've been doing. I really have not done a lot of landscapes. I lived in Sedona for 18 years. You figure I might have painted some there. It's kind of pretty. But I really was struck by the natural beauty of this landscape in Abiquiu, and the fact that everything was just right along that cliff, and that's where Georgia O'Keeffe, of course, had her ghost ranch. Well, it's still there. She's not. But these are the pieces that I did from that show. And this one here is called Do You Know the Way to Abiquiu? Kind of like the song. This other is called Rio Chama, which is what it is. And I had a lot of fun painting those, and I'll be doing a lot more landscapes. I've had some good success with them, and I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. Here we've got some of my signage work. This first one is called Enjoy the View. This was a motel in Cottonwood, Arizona. Actually, this sign has been replaced, so it no longer exists. This, right next to it, is another Route 66 piece, and it's called High Stakes, S-T-E-A-K-S. And it is based in Williams, Arizona. There was a steakhouse there that actually is closed. It was open since 1946, and it has been shut down. But every time I would go there, I'd see this great cow sign, and they had some cows down on the ground also, like big ceramic cows or whatever. And I just always wanted to paint them, and here we are. This is the result. And I've always done people, and this one here has some waitresses from a diner called Peggy Sue's, which is near Barstow in a town called Yermo, California. And I caught them while they were in their natural habitat doing their stuff. and I enjoyed a nice burger and fries at the counter. I didn't have any of those shakes though. And right next to it is a piece that I just finished recently of the train, the Durango-Silverton Railroad. And this female engineer was checking out this is called the smoke box, this big thing here on the front of it. I just found that out after I painted this. And she's checking out her engine to make sure that there are no mechanical issues or anything like that. And this piece is called Ascending the Smoke Box, which is what she's doing. So that was kind of a fun situation. Let's see what else I have. Oh, I've got the Sultana. This is the world-famous Sultana bar. This is a painting of it, actually. In Williams, Arizona, a town just west of Flagstaff on Route 66. I was always fascinated by this bar every time I ever took a trip out this way. Williams was a great town that I would always stop in. And this bar was famous for not only having dollar bills and neckties stapled to the wall, they also were a speakeasy at one time and have an underground passage to get in or to get out, depending on if the cops came. But this is one of the great pieces that you'll see at this show of mine, Hit the Road.